Alright gang, welcome to Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium's John Berry, Philadelphia walking tour. Now, John Berry was born in Wexford County in Ireland in 1745. His younger years were spent at sea, where he developed a maritime career, where he started out as a cabin boy and eventually worked his way up to being a sea captain. And he eventually settled in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a decade prior to the Revolutionary War. Berry volunteered to fight for his new homeland, and during that war, he captured the first enemy warship, served alongside Washington's army at the Battle of Trenton, helped supply the troops at Valley Forge, and fought the last battle of the American Revolution. After the war, Berry resumed his career on the sea, where he helped open trade with China. However, his civilian captain duties were interrupted when, in 1794, President George Washington named Berry as the first commissioned officer in the then new United States Navy. Berry remained the head of the United States Navy until his death in 1803. So join us on our walking tour of historic Philadelphia while we visit some of the notable places to the life and times of John Berry. Alright gang, well this is a little bit better. Here we are at the Delaware River next to Philadelphia. And thank you all for joining in on part 3 of the John Berry Historic Walk through Philadelphia. And gang, we happen to be here from the USS Olympia, World War I battleship. And you see we've got stuff going on. Anyway, way down there is the Independence Seaport Museum. And there's 2 ships you can go through. The one that I'm standing on now, the USS Olympia, and also a submarine. Here, we'll kind of cruise on by and let you guys take a sneak peek. Here's the wheelhouse. And there's the submarine. And I'm actually going to go back and do a little bit of footage of the submarine, because I actually was going to try and live stream from the submarine, but there is absolutely no signal whatsoever in the submarine. But you want to talk about cramped quarters? Yeah, I tell you what, I'm 5'11", and if you're any taller than that, that's it. You're not going through, because it is cramped and cramped and cramped and narrow. And wow. But anyway gang, this happened, like I said, this happens to be the USS Olympia, World War I battleship. And I don't know if I said before, over there, that's the USS New Jersey. And also too a battleship, but that was from World War II. Anyway gang, so what we're here by the river, so what? It's a better place to talk about a sea captain, because yeah, he was more involved in the sea. He probably spent more of his life on the sea than anywhere else. But anyway gang, we are going to kind of take a stroll around the deck here for a second until we get situated. So, because you don't really want to be a bother to anybody, you know. So we're just going to go find a small nook that we can, yeah. Now it's hard to envision that this area was docks, shipbuilding, port, and goods and cargoes were coming in and out, and life would have been dramatic. Different. Just you can probably hear the noise of the traffic, but over past these trees, why you've got I-95, and hey, look, there's a torpedo. Anyway, so back to John Berry. These waters, the waters that you see over here, the Delaware. By the way, that's the Benjamin Franklin Bridge. Why, these waters, John Barry, he took boats in and out of the river here. He fought in these waters, and I tell you what, I don't want to say he knew these waters like the back of his hand, but I tell you what, he knew them well. He was intimate with these waters. After all, too, he actually lived. I'll try and guess at this now. This could be dangerous. No, I can't do it, but let's just say he lived above the Ben Franklin Bridge that you see there. But while John Barry was in the Continental Navy, he was captain of the Delaware, the Raleigh, the Lexington, the Alliance, and the United States. And gang, we're going to focus on the USS Alliance, and because that boat not only has been in and out of these waters, it saw numerous actions, and you know what? From what I can tell, it was probably Barry's favorite ship. As much as he would talk disparaging about his crew in reports and whatnot, why, he always had a kind word or two for that ship. He always talked highly of the Alliance, and you know what, gang? Here, we're going to give you a look at it now. Now, it's an artist rendering of the Alliance, and we'll be talking a little bit more about the outcome of that. But the Alliance was a 36-gun frigate. It had a copper hull. Eventually, it didn't start out life with a copper hull, but eventually had a copper hull, and it was quick in the water. And I say, Barry always had a positive thing to say about it. And while we were in the Independent Seaport Museum, they actually had a ship of the USS Alliance, and unfortunately, without the copper sheathing. I don't know. Opinion, Barry fought hard during the Revolution to get that ship covered in copper, and yeah, I'm siding with Barry. After that boat was copper hull, he kind of had, yeah, a certain affection for that ship. So, but anyway, their mock-up didn't have, yeah, the copper sheathing. But anyway, if you remember from